Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the overall KRC20 tokens. So we're going to be looking through a bunch of them. I haven't really done too much research on them, but we're going to be looking at kind of price, market cap, which coins maybe potentially you should buy, the future implications of probably buying one of these, and then a little bit on the KRC20 wallet still not being fixed right now. So we have a list here on Kaspa FYI of all the KRC20 tokens. When you actually sort it by market cap, when you click here, you can see that this one has, 67, billion in market cap, but I don't think that these are technically real in terms of their market cap because they're just assigning one token this amount. The ones that I would say were real if we just filter it here. So let's filter between minted. Let's go on fully minted, we click OK, and then we sort by market cap. I'm not sure about this one either. I haven't looked into that one, but I've heard of the rest of them down here. So you have, I think at the top right now is Nacho, then Kaspa with an ER at the end, and then GHO, so probably Ghost Dag, Kaspi, Somps, Molly, PP, Caspot, Silver, and a bunch of them down here. So these are the ones that are 100% minted. That's kind of what I'm basing my judgment on if these are real in terms of their market cap. So a lot of these we've obviously seen on X and a lot of people have been buying them. Obviously the biggest one being Nacho and then Kaspa. So we're just going to go with these three right now. When we're looking at the stats chart, we can see kind of at the minting time, it wasn't as much, but obviously the price has gone up since then. And then you have this Kaspa with the ER. The price is like sky high up here just after minting and then drops down, keeps climbing back up and then drops down a little bit more. And then with the Ghost Dag one, if we click here, this is just kind of a drop. So I think this chart is more what we're seeing with a bunch of them. And mainly the whole point that I'm trying to get across here is this is kind of like the Bitcoin runes or Bitcoin ordinals where there's just hype around it mostly and not a lot of them will succeed. I personally wouldn't mint any of them particularly, maybe Nacho because that seems like the biggest one out there. Kind of picking the biggest one is not going to have, it has a lot of community support right now, but the rest of them I wouldn't particularly go with. But it is kind of up to you if you want to start minting these. I believe you can actually mint them through here. So you can trade and mint on Telegram. And that's how you actually go through it. So you can actually mint and deploy your own one if you really want to. And assign it a market cap, a pre-mint, a supply, stuff like that. Going back to what I said, it is kind of like the Bitcoin runes or ordinal situation where you have the hype for around a week and a half. And then it kind of clears off and the ones that are left are normally the top ones. They're going to do fairly alright, but I don't think that they're going to do massive in the future. The only reason that I say this is because KRC20 is kind of pseudo smart contracts, if we would say it that way. And there is smart contracts coming in on the network. So all of these, when smart contracts come in, I'm assuming that they're going to be airdropped onto the smart contract. And then you're going to be able to claim it through there as a smart contract when they actually come in. The only problem with Bitcoin is that there is no smart contract implementation necessarily, so they kind of have to stick with inscribing on the network. As I said, I would only look to mint Nacho, and then the rest of them probably not. This one obviously has the biggest market cap, so. And the price is relatively stable at around this range, so down to here and then up to here is probably the range that you're looking for. Obviously, I would just say invest in Kaspa coin if you're going to invest in anything. But if you have spare Kaspa coin laying around and you kind of want to get into it, sure, why not? Just spend a little bit. But you do have to be aware of that Kaspa wallet. So we've seen a bunch of people out there talking about the Kaspa wallet, saying that their fees basically got included without their knowledge and it drained a bunch of Kaspa wallets. People are claiming that, they've lost it or something like that. I'm not sure what the actual answer to that is because we don't really know if it was hacked or it was the fee structure. I'm believing that it is the fee structure, but maybe along the way some people did get hacked through their wallets on this. And over the past coming days, there has been talks about the developers stopping and doing something about this, but it is a third-party wallet at the end of the day, and you're kind of using it at your own risk. That's kind of how it works. Unless you're using the actual wallet from the developers, you can't really trust fully in a third-party wallet software necessarily. Also, the fact that it is open source and anyone can do anything on the network that they want to do, that is also the price you pay, that there is going to be scams on the network, obviously. And then if we scroll down here, so there are a bunch more here. Overall, there's 537 tokens in total. I'm sure that this number is going to climb up. And then you have total transfers of 21 million and total fees of 29 million Kaspa coin. So when we convert this, actually, let's go over to the price of Kaspa coin. And when you convert it, that comes out to around 5 million USD in Kaspa coin that has been spent on the fees on the network. Obviously, the miners took advantage of that and they got a massive block. I definitely think it would be smaller if the Kaspa wallet didn't mess up, because then the fees wouldn't have been so high, it wouldn't have drained wallets, so on and so forth. When you look at the fee on the network, it's down into this denomination, whereas when they were all minting, it was up to at least 7 to 20 Kaspa coin at the time. And then when we go to Kaspa's price, it's kind of been doing alright for the last month. I believe that this is the volume that you see hitting the network for the KRC20. Peaks up to around, let's go back to price, peaks up to around 18 cents. And there was a massive sell wall on MEXC that was kind of blocking that as well. But so far it's kind of survived at 17 cents. It doesn't really matter. Right now it's hovering between 17 and 18. Maybe we'll see it drop down to 16 if the market doesn't do too well in the next coming days. And on that Kaspa mining side, we still have pool blocks that are hitting over the emission schedule limit. So this one's 113, 87 is the normal one, 143, 157. So even if you have your miners on there now, you're going to be picking up around 40% more in rewards still on the network, because there is still a lot of minting going on the network. It's not as big as it was previously, but it's still a relatively good thing for miners to pick up those fees. And over time, I don't think we're going to see a massive increase in, tokens coming onto this. I don't think anything's going to go above the Nacho token, just because that was heavily pushed by the community members. There's history of the previous KRC20 as well, which kind of furthered that, and a lot of people flocked to this to mint it. As you can see, it is around, 6 times bigger than the second one below it, and then this one's about half times as big as the third one below it. Now there's no real incentive. I don't think it is incentivized by anything to buy any of these tokens or mint any of them, so I don't think it would be worth it to actually mint or get into these tokens at this point. If you're a miner, stick your miner on the network, just because you're going to be collecting more rewards there, about 40% more. Kaspa coin's price, I'd rather invest in Kaspa coin at this point than invest in the KRC20. I know that's just my opinion, but people that have it in there, I would suggest pulling out the liquidity that you have in them. I don't see it going on in the future, just because the smart contracts will be coming in at some point, and these are probably going to be ousted by smart contracts, if not transferred over to them. So unless you're holding out for that, I would just say maybe sell off these and just convert it into Kaspa coin at this point. I know some people are very into the meme coin culture and stuff like that, but personally, from a financial standpoint, it would be better and mitigate a lot of risk if you just kept it into a cryptocurrency instead of putting it into these tokens. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think about these. If you're buying any, sure, that's fine. Just know that there are risks to it, and make sure not to use the Kaspa wallet. Let me know what you've been buying if you have bought anything, and make sure you like the video and subscribe for more content like this.